A man who uses you or wants to use you is always going to give you just enough attention to keep you accepting just enough disrespect, to keep you tolerant, to keep you pacified. What that means is you'll notice that this man falls short in all of these different areas, but it's almost like he's able to sniff out what your tolerance level is. And he'll stay just under that level where you can't take no more. So he can continue getting what he wants while coming up short on what it is you require. Until, of course, you set that boundary. But you know what's better than even having to set this boundary, stand on business and all this other stuff? Is being able to spot these users from the very beginning, because honestly, I'm not big on victim blaming. You know, I'm not big on making it your responsibility what the character of another person is. Good, bad, or ugly. But I am big on putting the power in your hands to make sure nobody gets comfortable disrespecting you. And honestly, y'all, there are a lot of women who just make it easy. How should I say this? There are a lot of women who make themselves a target for users. And yes, that is a thing. There's a type of woman that a man looks at and says, let me not even play with her. I'm going to get my feelings hurt. I'm going to get my pride hurt. I'm going to get told about myself. There's that type of woman. And then there are women who unknowingly, because of their empathic heart, because they believe in a man, because they're kind, they're sweet, they know that they needed somebody to be there for them and see the best in them, even whenever the reality didn't line up. There are women who will make themselves easy to use or a target for being used, if I could just keep it all the way real. But again, first step to stopping all of this is to make sure you understand when a man is looking to use you, he's going to look to give you just enough attention to keep you accepting just enough disrespect. Now, one mistake I would highly, highly encourage you to stop doing is choosing a man's potential over your peace. Stop paying attention to his potential and therefore forfeiting your peace. Stop thinking you can love him into being the man that he pretended to be from the very beginning. Stop thinking that if you just, you know what, let me just hold on a little bit longer. Hold on, let me give a little bit more grace. Hold on, let me do a little bit more for him. Let me compensate a little bit more, and then that'll make him. I'm all for in a relationship. Some days he ain't got it, and you fill in. But I'm talking about these men who are brand new into dating you very early on. They've set no real foundation. They've made no real investment into you, and you find yourself constantly taking on more and more weight of the relationship. More and more of the hard conversations starting, keeping the conversations going. More and more of any type of conflict resolution, of dates being gone on, quality time being spent, communication, except more and more is falling on you, or else it doesn't happen. You can't choose a man's potential over your peace. It's not like, oh, he'll change when he sees my love. No, he won't. No matter what he sees in you, his character is a reflection of what was already in him. You can't go after potential and try to nurture potential at the expense of your present day peace. Now, if this man is already working on himself, growing, and you see tangible evidence, you have a man who is accountable, he has convictions to be his best self. Whenever you let him know that, hey, this ain't cutting it for me, he responds positively, he welcomes constructive feedback, like that's fine. I'm not talking about that. Ain't no man perfect. But when you're talking about a man that's out here, he just got a whole lot of promises and excuses. But when you look around, honestly, nothing lines up with this version of himself he promises he can be or is going to be or that he wants to be for you. At some point, sweets, you got to admit, okay, this is just potential. There's nothing here that says his pathway is towards the highest version of himself that can actually love me. And until you get there, you're going to be a target. You're going to have a target on your back. I mean this from a place of love. Another thing that will make you easy to use, and I know these are rough words, but again, it's about having the power to not be this person. But it's whenever you're always accessible. Now, again, I love to inject some level of discernment here. If you're talking about a dude that whenever you need him, whenever you text him, whenever you call him, he makes himself available for you, absolutely. Maximize the availability you can give him. That's all good. But when you're talking about a man who just goes for a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks, then pop up with a, hey, how you been? I've been crazy busy. Sorry, I ain't been answering my phone or nothing like that. I'm not saying, look, if you guys are not in a relationship or headed towards a relationship, if this is just a gentleman that you enjoy being around, y'all enjoy being in each other's space, but there's no definitive expectation of a relationship. Absolutely, this is just how I go. But those of y'all who know that you want something real, and this man is expressing that he wants something real, leading you believe that, but then he doesn't put in the energy, the effort, the time to meet you where you're at, there's no reason why you should continue keeping your availability to him. There's no reason why. You drop everything whenever he says he really needs to talk to you. You make him a top priority while he keeps you as an option he may or may not get to. I just want to keep it real with you. You're going to continue categorizing yourself in that man's mind as somebody he can use and he can walk all over. And as a matter of fact, even with a man who is not doing all of this, your value is going to increase in his eyes with healthy boundaries. Hey, I'm working right now. Hey, I'm teaching a class, or whatever. I'm meeting with my family right now. I'm watching a show right now. Like, those things are actually going to resonate well with a man who's not there to use you. The only man that's going to get upset because sometimes you're not available is a man who honestly feels like your life should revolve around him. Another way that you may be making yourself a target for users is allowing yourself to be his backup plan. What does that mean? That means for everything he's doing, he doesn't go out and look for resources. He doesn't go out and look for ways to achieve his goal. He doesn't think, well, maybe I need to be a bit patient because things aren't quite working out. The moment things don't go right in his life, in his business, with his investments, etc., he comes straight to you. Now, discernment here. It's okay if you're dealing with a man and he's down right now. You see that he works hard. He doesn't ask you for anything, not out of pride or anything like that, but he is a man's man. Even the manliest of men have their down seasons, have their down moments. If you've been rocking with this dude 6 months or more, a year or more, and you've seen from him that he works hard, he's productive, he takes care of himself, absolutely show up for him in whatever capacity you can. Maybe it is an investment. Maybe it is. But absolutely. But if you're talking about a man you just met a month ago, a couple of weeks ago, and he already needs some help with something, it's like, come on, man. He's already had that role established for you before he even met you. You were going to be his sponsor on some level. That's a man that doesn't have his own foundation, or he doesn't have good priorities. Because why are you even engaging and dealing with a woman on that level if you have not worked on your business, yourself, your money, etc., got that sorted to some degree? I'm not here looking down on any man that says he needs help. I want y'all to understand that. A man who needs help and asks you, first off, he's not entitled to nothing. But if he needs help and he comes to you, but again, y'all got that foundation, there's trust there, there's respect there. And again, you've seen for yourself, this man shows up for his goals every single day. Absolutely. I am all for women helping their man out sometime, because I've seen a lot of situations where a woman will make that investment into a man and then he'll flip that, go to the moon, and he'll take her with him. I've seen it over and over again. But what I've also seen over and over again are women who do this prematurely. You just met this man 60 days ago, but he already need a place to stay. You just revealed to this man that you got a little money. You doing all right for yourself. Last week, and he already needs something from you. Y'all ain't been kicking it more than 90 days. And he already need more than $500 from you? Be very wary of that. You cannot be that man's backup plan for everything he's trying to make happen in his life. Now, another thing that may be making you an easy target for users is whenever, and this is similar, but whenever you're constantly trying to overcompensate for his shortcomings. We ain't even talking about finances, by the way. We're talking about for his inconsistencies. We're talking about for his misalignment. We're talking about for him being a deadbeat dad. We're talking about for him not taking care of himself. We're talking about all of those things. If you're constantly making excuses You constantly trying to find ways to twist whatever he got going on into something that removes him and his responsibility from the situation he's in now. You are making yourself a target for users. You are making yourself a target for a user. They love those types of women. Even if you can understand his behavior, that doesn't mean you have to accept it. Your empathy, your sympathy, your understanding, that's not his excuse department. So be very careful whenever a man is constantly coming up short in all these areas and looking to you, or even accepting that you are willing to overcompensate and make excuses. If anything, and I'm talking as a man, my life has gone up and down. I've had money, not had money. I've been okay. I've not been okay. But whenever I'm not, if anything going wrong with me ever, I know the onus is on me. I'm so slow to ask for help. Sometimes I should be asking for help and don't ask for help. At least it's been that case. I've gotten a lot better over the years, but a man's default should be that he is totally 100% responsible for everything that happens in his life, good, bad, and ugly. Outside of little deaths in his family. And so if he's even accepting, if he can even tolerate you saying, well, maybe it's not you, maybe it's this, like, that man already got a wrong heart posture. He's not even an accountable man. That is just keeping it real. Another thing that may make you an easy target for a user is if you are his emotional plan B. If you are the woman that he can bring all of his trauma dumping to, but never his commitment to, never his love to. If you're the woman that helps him process all his trauma while he adds to yours and makes you neglect yours, that's going to make you a target for a user, sis. I'm just keeping it real. I love that so many of y'all are nurturing and supportive and caring. Absolutely be that. Like, I'm not telling you to stop being who you are. I'm telling you to change who has access to who you are. Your empathy isn't his emotional laundromat. He cannot, you don't let him use you to clean out and sort out all of the stuff he really should be going to a therapist about. Now, discernment. If both of you are creating a safe space for both of you to share and express and connect on that level, absolutely. If it's mutual, if it's mutually beneficial. If he can listen to you talk about your divorce or your ex or your baby daddy drama or what you're struggling with your kids, if that man can sit there and hold space for you, if he can check in with you, if he can be concerned and express curiosity and true investment in you and what you got going on, absolutely. Create that space for him as well. Nothing is wrong with that. Just because the conversations get deep don't mean that this man is doing something wrong or whatever. Y'all just got something where y'all can connect on that level, but then come out of that and connect on a healthy relational level as well. That's beautiful, actually. But whenever it gets one-sided, when it's all on you, whenever you listening to him, but he's never listening to you, whenever you ask him more questions about what he's going through, looking for solutions, looking for ways that maybe he can work himself out of that, looking for articles that he can read, looking for videos that you can send, and he's never sending you anything. With you, it's out of sight, out of mind. That's when you got somebody who's using you. You see, whenever it's not mutual, that's whenever it's using. It's not that this aspect exists, whether it's finances, whether it's emotional, whether it's mental health, whether it's whatever. It's the part where he's getting his and you ain't getting nothing. Consistently. See, now you're dealing with a man, even if he didn't come with malicious intent. This man, you got to understand, healing is any person's responsibility, not your role. It's not up to you to make him heal or to be the reason he can heal. It's only up to you to be a mutually supportive person in that healing process. Mutually, meaning both of y'all are getting something from this because both of y'all are invested in each other's well-being. But if it's getting to a point where you're feeling more like his therapist than his partner, and that's the dynamic is y'all supposed to be working towards a relationship, I'm telling you right now, no. He's just getting what he wants out of you. And matter of fact, I said I was only going to do 5 mistakes. I'm going to do one more because one just came to me. And that's letting him benefit from your self-sufficiency. You see, we got a lot of women these days who are independent. You're doing for yourself. You're taking risks. You're taking chances. You're building businesses. You're going back to school. You're doing all of these different things. Some of y'all are getting self-educated. I had a couple of, matter of fact, a lot of y'all who are on my masterclass I did a while back about how to strategically clean your credit and then leverage that to get hundreds of thousands of dollars in business funding. I did that free, matter of fact, and I'm doing it again this weekend. For those that missed it last time, Sunday, January 12th, I just put it down here. I'm also going to do a $1,000 giveaway on this Sunday, January 12th, where I'm going to teach you how to clean your own credit strategically so that way you can leverage that to get you hundreds of thousands of dollars in business funding. And yes, in 90 days. And yes, it's free. I put the link down in the comments. But back to what I was saying. A lot of y'all are getting self-educated. You're making all of these moves. Don't let a man leverage that. Your independence isn't his invitation for negligence. Just because you're an independent woman, you got your own, you work, you progressing on your own, you pay all your own bills. Don't let that be the reason a man feels like he can come in and again, get what he wants from you, not do for you because you got so much pride or you got this identity of, I don't need help. You may not necessarily need a man's help, but there's nothing wrong with wanting mutuality. There's nothing wrong with wanting reciprocity. Shout out to you, Joyce. You must have been on one of the previous ones. Oh, yeah. Your life is about to change. But don't look. Don't let I can handle it myself become I have to handle everything even though I got a grown-ass man in my life. That's not how this goes. That's not how this goes. Your strength should attract his provision, not excuse his absence. He sees that you're strong. He sees that you can do everything by yourself. But if he really cares about you, he's not going to let you. Am I making sense to anybody? Am I put facts if I'm speaking facts, put false if I'm not. I just want to know, are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Put facts if I'm speaking facts. Put false if I'm lying. Just go ahead. Tell me. If you think I'm lying, put false. I don't mind hearing the truth. But put facts if you understanding what I'm saying and you can relate to what I'm saying. Kristen said it's better to want than need. And that's so critical. I'm not for any era of women that feel like I got to do everything on my own. Therefore, I'm isolated. Therefore, I got to be stressed out, burnt out. No, the whole purpose of a man is to add value to your life. However, the kind of man that you get is going to have a lot to do with the position that you're in whenever he finds you. So it's great to be in a position where, yes, you're taking care of yourself. Somebody said they couldn't see the link. I just put it again. You may have to click see more so you can expand it and you can see it. But look. You never want to be in a position where a man can leverage the merit of his money instead of leveraging the merit of his character and his contribution to your life. And the only way that you can do that is to have your own. If you are dealing with most men, there are men out here who are such providers and they are safe and they will take care of you while you build up your own or while you develop the skill. Those men are few and far between these days. This is not the 1910s, 1920s where men took pride in providing for their woman and elevating their woman from the very bottom so long as she showed up for him emotionally and physically and all those other ways. That's honestly what I wish was the case, but we don't live in this idealistic reality. We don't live in that. The truth is, as a woman, you have to have some type of leverage to take care of yourself, not to have power over a man, to take care of yourself so that on the dating scene, you get what you want. Not settle for what you can just get, what's left. And unfortunately, a lot of women think, oh, well, I got to have, I got to go get a new degree. I got to go get another job. I got to go get 10 hours more a day or a week or whatever to get, to this financial freedom play. No, please stop being closed-minded. You need to do two things. You need to, one, strategically clean up your own credit, and you can do that for free. And then two, you need to learn how to leverage that into getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in business funding. Some of y'all got the credit now and don't know how to get the funding. But I'm not just telling you something. I'm literally going to walk you through step by step on how to do this in 90 days. The whole nine. Clean credit, hundreds of thousands of dollars, starting with nothing. I'm going to do that Sunday, January 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want access to the room, put the link down. I put the link down in the comments. Make sure you get in on time. You need to register though, because that room is going to close down. I can't take everybody because I do a Q&A. And yes, I'm giving away $1,000 on that webinar. I do so every single time I do it. But back to what I was saying, whenever you're dealing with a man that's a user, you're going to experience chronic exhaustion, chronic emotional depletion. You're going to have financial anxiety at some point and resentment for this man that's not only not able to help, but causing it. And then he may make you lose trust in your own judgment. Be very mindful. This isn't about getting to a point where a man can't ask you for nothing and you go in saying, you better give me this or else I don't think that you're ready to be in my life. No. Qualify the man that I'm talking about. Is this man being one-sided? Is this man leaving you to hang with everything that you're dealing with financially? Meanwhile, sexually, he wants you to come through and take care of him every second of the day. I'm always going to champion the men that do it right. Even if he's down right now, even if he got some emotional trauma, even if he's going through stuff. Absolutely. Hold it down. Meet him where he's at. If you got a couple bands or got a couple $100 and that man been in your life positively a year, 6 months even, absolutely. If you can help him out, help him out. Don't let the world convince you that you're wrong for helping a man out or he's weak for needing help. That's not the problem. The problem is whenever it's one-sided. The problem is whenever you call or you text, you don't get no reply. You don't get no presence. The problem is when he don't care nothing about what you got going on, your kids, your tears. He don't want to hear you cry. He don't want to hold space for you. He won't hold you if you down and out. He won't hold space for you. He don't even want to see you unless there's sex. That's the problem when it becomes one-sided. That man ain't sharing nothing to keep you encouraged from day to day. He ain't caring nothing about your mental health, your mental wealth. Why are you becoming this emotional trauma dump for him? So when he start off doing all of this Saving Private Ryan sad stories in the beginning, when he start off with all of these plans and you don't never see any progress and you can't ask him nothing, he ain't even transparent about what he got going on and what work he's putting in. He's not even communicative about where he's at, what work he's doing, how things are going, but he needs your help. He needs your input. He needs your contribution. And he's not there for you. Comfortable receiving, but very uncomfortable giving. I'm not talking about you doing a little bit more. I'm talking about a man who literally don't do nothing for you. You doing everything for him. No, you're trying to perform your way into that man's heart. You're trying to perform your way. You're trying to prove yourself. While the right man, he won't need that. The only thing he'll want you to prove is that you're just as invested as he is and what you guys can do together. Your resources on a financial, emotional, mental, physical level are not recruitment tools. They're not. If nothing else, you should require that if a man comes into your life, because of what you've already done, how you've already equipped yourself, when a man comes into your life, he should be required to level up with you, help you elevate, or leave. If you agree, find that little arrow down here at the bottom and hit the share button so somebody else in your timeline can also get this truth. I'm your internet big brother. I got your back. And also, again, if you want in on the masterclass this weekend, it's going to take place Sunday, January 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm giving away $1,000. I just posted the link again. Go ahead, click the link, register so you can get the link to your email in time and that you don't lose out on the limited seats available. I'm going to teach you step by step. You don't have to start with any money. You don't have to go back to school and get a new degree. You don't have to do anything illegal or sell your soul or sell your body. You have to strategically clean up your credit and leverage that to get hundreds of thousands of dollars within the first 90 days or in as little as 90 days. I'll